Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s appointment as Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, ignited controversy, fueled by his well-documented anti-vaccine stance and a history of polarizing statements. Beyond his political career, he is often depicted as a billionaire with a tumultuous personal life, marked by allegations of marijuana possession and extramarital affairs. Born on January 17, 1954, in Washington, D.C., Robert F. Kennedy Jr. grew up surrounded by wealth, fame, and immense political expectations as a member of the legendary Kennedy family. The assassinations of his uncle, President John F. Kennedy, and his father, Senator Robert F. Kennedy, left an indelible mark on his life. Struggling with substance abuse in his youth, he eventually found purpose in environmental advocacy, dedicating himself to ecological conservation. His career in law began in 1983 with a specialization in environmental law. As a co-founder of the environmental law firm Kennedy and Madonna LLP, he built a reputation for legal battles in environmental protection. However, his name became even more prominent in the anti-vaccine community, where he courted controversy with statements that intensified during the COVID-19 pandemic. In a surprising turn, he received a nomination from Donald Trump to serve as the U.S. Secretary of Health in 2024. His political trajectory saw him launch a presidential campaign in the same year, initially as a Democrat before transitioning to an independent bid, ultimately aligning himself with Donald Trump. His confirmation as Secretary of Health and Human Services in 2025 solidified his influence on national health policy. His penchant for controversy extends to his public statements. His anti-vaccine stance drew backlash, particularly after likening COVID-19 measures to the Holocaust and alleging that the virus was engineered to target specific racial groups. Further controversy arose from his suggestion that gender dysphoria may be linked to environmental chemicals and his warnings about the harmful effects of Wi-Fi and 5G radiation. Criticism has followed him throughout his career, with his appointment as Secretary of Health facing fierce opposition from medical professionals and Nobel laureates. His claim that the CIA played a role in John F. Kennedy's assassination sparked further debate, as did his sharp critiques of the Democratic Party and alignment with Donald Trump. His health policy proposals reflect his unconventional approach to governance, advocating for the elimination of public commentary on policy decisions and pushing for bans on certain food additives. He has also sought reforms in FDA nutritional guidelines. However, his own adherence to dietary discipline came into question when he was spotted indulging in a McDonald's meal, despite his vocal criticisms of fast food. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is one of 11 children born to Robert F. Kennedy and Ethel Kennedy, a family deeply rooted in public service and advocacy. His eldest sister, Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, served as the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland from 1995 to 2003. His older brother, Joseph P. Kennedy II, represented Massachusetts in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1987 to 1999. The Kennedy family has faced many tragedies, including the loss of David A. Kennedy, who passed away in 1984, and Michael Lemoyne Kennedy, who died in a skiing accident in 1997. Despite these hardships, the remaining siblings have continued their family's legacy. Courtney Kennedy Hill has been active in philanthropic work, while Carrie Kennedy, a dedicated human rights activist, leads the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization. Christopher G. Kennedy, a businessman, has served as chairman of the University of Illinois Board of Trustees. Max Kennedy is an author and environmental advocate, and Douglas Harriman Kennedy has built a career as a journalist with Fox News. The youngest sibling, Rory Kennedy, is an acclaimed documentary filmmaker. Their mother, Ethel Kennedy, known for her lifelong dedication to social justice, passed away in October 2024 at the age of 96. She was instrumental in founding the Robert F. Kennedy Center for Justice and Human Rights, ensuring her late husband's mission continued. His personal life has been the subject of public fascination and speculation. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a father to 6 children, has largely kept his children's lives private despite growing up in the public eye himself. While studying law at the University of Virginia, Kennedy met his first wife, Emily Ruth Black. The couple married in 1982 and had two children, Robert Bobby Kennedy III and Kathleen Kik Kennedy. After a decade together, Kennedy and Black divorced in 1994. By the time the divorce was finalized, Kennedy was in a relationship with Mary Richardson, a close friend of his sister Carrie. They married in 1994 and welcomed their first son, Connor Kennedy, that same year. Their family grew with the births of Kyra, Aiden, and William Finn Kennedy. The couple filed for divorce in 2010, and 2 years later, Richardson died by suicide. Kennedy later married actress Cheryl Hines in 2014 and became a stepfather to her daughter from a previous relationship. His eldest son, Robert Francis Bobby Kennedy III, was born on September 2, 1984. Named after his grandfather and father, Bobby had a relatively private upbringing but occasionally appeared at public events with his family. He studied at Brown University and initially pursued political activism, co-founding the now-defunct website Meritocracy.com, which aimed to fact-check political news. However, he later shifted towards creative endeavors, writing and directing films such as Eurotrapped and Fear and Loathing in Aspen, which chronicled Hunter S. Thompson's 1970 sheriff campaign. Bobby married former CIA officer Amaryllis Fox in 2017, and they share two children, Bobby and Cassius, as well as Fox's daughter, Zoe, from a previous relationship. Kathleen Alexandra Kik Kennedy was born on April 13, 1988, named after her great-aunt Kathleen Kik Kennedy. She pursued a career in activism and acting after studying history and theater at Stanford University. Kik was actively involved in clean water initiatives and co-created an IMAX 3D film with her father, Grand Canyon Adventure, River at Risk, to raise awareness about global water crises. She has appeared in television shows such as Curb Your Enthusiasm and Gossip Girl, and studied at the Lee Strasberg Institute. She has been linked to notable figures, including Harper Simon, son of Paul Simon, and billionaire banking heir Matthew Mellon. Connor Richardson Kennedy, born on July 25, 1994, gained media attention at a young age. In 2012, his mother, Mary Richardson, tragically died by suicide, which was widely covered in the press. Later that year, Connor briefly dated pop star Taylor Swift. A graduate of Deerfield Academy, he has been involved in philanthropy, joining his father in protests against environmental issues, including the Keystone XL pipeline. He has maintained a relatively private life, while continuing his family's legacy of activism. Kennedy's other children, Kyra, Aiden, and William Finn Kennedy, have largely stayed out of the public eye. Kyra Kennedy has made occasional appearances at social events, but little is publicly known about Aiden and Finn. Despite their high-profile lineage, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s children have charted their own paths while continuing to honor their family's tradition of activism and public service. Beyond the legal and political spheres, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has made his mark in business and finance. He co-founded Keeper Springs, a bottled water company dedicated to funding water conservation efforts, and has invested in clean technology through venture capital. His financial interests extend to a trademark application for the slogan, "Make America Healthy Again," and a Bitcoin portfolio valued between $100,001 and $250,000. With an estimated net worth of $30 million, his wealth stems from earnings through his law firm and book advances. The Kennedy family's total fortune, exceeding $1.2 billion, highlights their lasting financial influence. His real estate ventures include the sale of a luxury compound in Malibu and the purchase of a grand estate in Brentwood, Los Angeles. His car collection reflects both practicality and nostalgia, featuring a Lincoln Navigator, a Toyota RAV4 XLE, and a classic Packard Super 8. Outside his professional life, he maintains an active lifestyle, enjoying kayaking, swimming, and scuba diving. His fashion sense is understated, opting for classic suits in political settings and casual wear for outdoor pursuits. A devoted collector of historical memorabilia, he preserves a deep connection to his family's legacy. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s life and career continue to oscillate between influence, controversy, and the enduring legacy of the Kennedy name. His impact on politics, business, and public discourse ensures that his name remains a focal point in the ever-evolving landscape of American leadership. Thank you for watching.